Hi, Mac fam. So today I wanted to talk about me having a disability and kind of the struggles of having that. So I have a physical disability, which is a mild case of cerebral palsy. And then I have like an intellectual and learning disability. Um, so yeah. So I had an IEP all throughout school, and I was in those special education classes all throughout like elementary school, middle school, high school. I know some or college a lot of times like you can like request like accommodations or stuff like that as well in college. Um, so that is good. But I was always in those classes, and um, yeah, and I honestly, as I got older, like I did not really like being in those classes, especially like middle school and high school. Like I got bullied a lot. Like I actually did start getting bullied my last year of elementary school, before middle school. It's like fourth grade, and it was a rough year. But every other year, I think before that was good. I know I had a girl like in first grade who did not like me, but I don't think she bullied me, but I just think she did not like me at all. And that's okay. But the school was honestly rough because of that, and especially as I got older and my handwriting is not the greatest still today because of the cerebral palsy and the mild case of it. And yeah, and I've also been told to like, oh, I have a low IQ, and I mean, I do get insecure about that stuff, but I mean, even though I'm disabled, like I'm smart, like I'm intelligent. Like people have told me that. And I'm like, "What? Like am I really?" And they're like, "Yeah, like you really are." Like um or you can talk really good and you communicate really well, and I'm like, okay, well, thank you. like like that does make me feel good because even though like I'm disabled, like I'm smart, like I'm intelligent in my own way. And um you know yeah, so school was a struggle, and the bullying was also a struggle, but just knowing that I was different and I needed like that extra help from, because a lot of times like with special education classes they might pull you out of the class, or you might just go like on your own to that class like when you're supposed to go. So that was hard, but yeah. And yeah, because I struggled academically and a lot, and I graduated high school with a D in math, my senior year of high school. And I mean, at least I graduated, at least I passed. But I don't know, like, I mean, but I'm glad that I graduated. But school was really rough for me. So the intellectual learning disability, I think it's kind of like a mental thing. Like I don't really know, but um, sometimes I don't understand like things people will say or like social stuff or um, yeah. So that thing that's kind of like the intellectual learning disability stuff, kind of. But yeah. So um, but it's been hard. It also like in school, but also like public places like church and other places like that. I don't always feel welcomed, and people are not always the nicest to me. I think because like, oh, like when people find out like, oh, you're disabled, like people are not nice, and that is really hard. And just like that struggle, that I mean, but that's everybody. Not everybody's gonna like you, but just like how people sometimes don't like me specifically and don't want to be my friend or just want to be rude. Like that's really hard. And yeah. So, but I think making connections and stuff is really hard for me, and just like those experiences with friendships, like it's always been hard. I mean, do I have friends? Yeah, but um, I don't. Yeah, sometimes it's hard with friendships or any kind of relationship, but I'm grateful that I have some now, but it still is sometimes hard. And um yeah, so but yeah, and like the physical part, because I have a physical disability, and cerebral palsy, there's like mild cases of cerebral palsy. There's cerebral palsy with people in wheelchairs or walkers, or they don't talk. So, um, there's a lot of that. But as a kid, like when I was a baby and like a younger kid, probably like a baby, ish or toddler, but I could not. I walked on my tippy toes. I could not feed myself. I couldn't really talk. I think I was in speech. I was in speech therapy. I was in physical therapy as a kid. Like now, I don't walk on my tippy toes anymore. Now I can feed myself and I can eat and um, I can talk now. So speech therapy and physical therapy and those kinds of therapies really can help disabled people. And I was very glad that my parents put me in that because that's really good and that's really important for my development too. And because I was developmentally delayed, and me and my mom had a birth trauma when I was born. So I stopped. I think I didn't get like enough oxygen to my brain because of what happened. And yeah, you need oxygen to your brain, um and I think that's kind of the same thing too, a little bit like with severe like sleep apnea. Like sleep apnea, sometimes you're not getting that oxygen or whatever to your brain or your body. So that's also hard. But yeah, so but and then too, like I've dealt with mean people. Like I've even dealt with like other people that are disabled, special needs, even be rude. And I'm like, yeah, like it doesn't matter. Like people that are disabled or not, like people can still be rude. So that's also been hard. And I think too, like where I live and stuff, like people are just homophobic and not everybody is like that, okay? Not everybody is like that, but there are people like that out there, and it's really hard. And it's really hard when people are so rude. And yeah, it's hard. And um I don't want to be friends with somebody who's rude or gonna hurt me, um so that's kind of my boundary. Is like, I'm going to be friendly and nice to you. We don't have to agree on stuff, but I might not be your friend because if you're going to be homophobic or rude or racist or whatever, like, I don't want to get hurt because I've been bullied. I've been hurt a lot by people with their words. So, and their actions too. But, yeah, but something else, like with the cerebral palsy, like, I physically will get tired. Like sometimes if I'm like walking a lot or standing up a lot, I have to like take breaks and sit down because I will physically feel it in my legs. And you know, I'm trying to think. Um and like my hands, when I was in school, and probably even now, like I can't, when I was like in high school and stuff, like like when you had to like write essays for English class, type them out or write them on a piece of paper. Well, I would sometimes have to write stuff out on a piece of paper or write essays or type them out. My hands would get tired, so I would have to like do this or kind of like, stretch them out or whatever, kind of, whatever, and just kind of. I took a break, but I always got back on to my work because I didn't want like a teacher or somebody being like, oh, like in class, like, oh, like why are you, why are you not writing, because I didn't want to have to like say why I had to do that in front of the class. Like, did my teachers know I had a disability? Yeah, they did. Um, but yeah, but I mean, so because I didn't want to get in trouble. But I mean, all my teachers had my IEP and stuff, and knew that I went to the special education classes. So yeah, but yeah. So, and then like also too, like my face, like, with the cerebral palsy, like I have like low tone and high tone of cerebral palsy, like in different places all over my body. So, my face, I don't know exactly what I have, but sometimes, like when I'm sleeping or something, sometimes I will drool. And I think that is honestly probably because of the cerebral palsy, and I don't know. I get insecure about that, but it's like, like, because I don't know, just people that I've dated in the past, like, I've had to be honest, like, hey, I do have a disability. I have a physical one, and it affects me in ways, and, just like the idea of, like, ever sleeping with somebody or, um, drooling on them or something or whatever. Like it's a very insecure thing for me. But it's just part of having that. And I mean, I think a partner or somebody like that, would understand. Like it's okay. And I think because I've seen other disabled people talk about that, like their insecurities and stuff, and but they're like, you know what? Like we're all gonna find somebody who loves us for exactly who we are. And I'm like, yeah, oh, I love that. But that is so true. So I need to not worry about that, because I know too, like one day, way, way, way down, like way in the future, I'm probably gonna have to have help. Like somebody is probably gonna have to take care of me, like help me, like in the shower or, just stuff like that. Because as you get older, you can have more health concerns, and it's just a struggle on your body as you get older. Your body changes so much, but as you get older, it can be a lot. So yeah. But yeah, but that's like one thing. And so I wanted to oh, I'm trying to think. um so something else. um well, I don't know, it's kind of personal, but I know a lot of disabled adults do this or have to wear this. So okay, let me just say this. So when I had my period, because as a lot of you know, I made some videos a while back where I had a hysterectomy, so I don't have a period anymore, but I would have to use like those like adult diapers or like women's underwear for like my period, because my periods were so heavy. I bled through everything, like even with those like adult diapers or underwear like that. Yeah, I would bleed through, and it honestly is really hard. It was really hard when I had that, but I don't have that anymore. And I'm very glad because I bled through everything, like those diapers, underwear, my pants on. I even bled onto my bed sheet and my bed sheets, and I hated that. Like it was so heavy, and I did try one form of birth control, like an IUD, but I didn't like it. So, but I did share a resource of like a resource for like doctors who do like a tubal sterilization, and I literally found a doctor on that list in my state, and she was opening to even doing a hysterectomy. So, I mean, that was my experience, but I think there are doctors on there, other doctors that probably would be open to maybe either or. But yeah, so glad it have that. But because of my cerebral palsy, I do have sometimes like at night with like bathroom issues. And like what I mean by that is like accidents sometimes. Like sometimes I will have an accident in the middle of the night or like pee. That's what like incontinent issues kind of, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. And yeah, but my doctor, my primary care doctor, she's like, yeah, that could be because of your cerebral palsy, but she's also like, you do have severe sleep apnea, so it could be also affecting that too. And I'm like, yeah, because sleep apnea, it negatively affects my sleep. Like it really does. So, she's like, it's probably both things. And I'm like, okay, but I've been thinking of like, mm, she sent me a referral, I think, to see a urologist. I think is what they're called, or like a bladder doctor. Um, just to kind of talk about that and just see, because I know there's like medications, I know there's like surgeries. like things that can actually be done maybe to help that. But I have a physical disability. As far as I know, what I've heard, there's no cure for cerebral palsy. There's no cure for my mild case of cerebral palsy. So I will have this for the rest of my life. And it's hard. It's hard, and a lot of times too, like on steep stairs or if there's like a steep hike or something, but especially like steep stairs, I have to either hold on to the rail or hold on to somebody's hand, or like take an elevator. There's nothing wrong with taking an elevator. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's okay. Um, but I wanted to share that. I know that was personal, but I wanted to be open to, and don't judge me, because I wouldn't judge you, but just be nice in the comments, please. But I just wanted to share that. I know that was personal, but I've seen other people on YouTube and social media talk about personal stuff, but those are some things that I'm insecure about, especially like if I ever like got into like a relationship with somebody or like a dating romantic relationship, like just I think the intimacy part of it makes me a little nervous because of those issues. And um, yeah, but I don't know. I sometimes think like, am I asexual? Like I don't really know, but I sometimes think, oh, like I don't want intimacy or that, but then I'm like, I think sometimes I do, but I don't know. I think it's just I also have like severe anxiety, but just trying to work through those insecurities. But also if I did ever have a partner, just be open about that. Like I'm gonna tell you, because the past relationships that I've been in, I've told that my partners, like my past exes, like, yeah, like this is what I have: physical disability and intellectual learning disability too. But I just, it's hard to tell people that, but you have to communicate. You have to tell people, especially with intimacy, you have to communicate. I mean, those of us that are disabled, can we have intimacy? Yes, absolutely you can. But you just have to you know, um just talk about it with your partner and stuff. But yeah, sorry this video was so long, but thank you for listening. Just wanted to share my story. And if you are disabled and you feel like this, ashamed, embarrassed of any stuff, that your physical disability affects you, or like a learning disability, intellectual disability, low IQ, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, you are who you are, and that's okay. We're all different, and that's okay. But just find the friends and the family and your community, the people that are gonna love you and support you and speak up and advocate for yourself too. And I always really try to do that, like advocate for myself and speak up for myself too. So yeah, but I love you all, and you're not alone if you're disabled. And I know it can be hard, and especially if you have a physical one too. I know it can be really hard, but you're not alone. You do matter, and I hope this makes you feel less alone. If you or somebody you know has a physical disability or a learning or intellectual disability, I love you all. Alright, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you've not already. Always keep your head up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.